It's the year 2050 and the term, millennial, is trending. What are the reasons the young generation is using it? Some big, catastrophic event happens, and millennials are like,
May, The Simpsons predicted it 40 years ago.
Younger gen is like,
Okay, millennial.
Then the millennial says,
I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. Now what I'm with isn't it, and what's it seems weird and scary to me. It'll happen to you.
They won't stop making edgy suicide jokes.
Grandma, my pet fish died.
God. I wish that was me. Oh man, so if I hate my wife jokes were replaced with suicide jokes, what will replace that?
Boomers say,
Wife bad.
millennials say,
Life bad.
millennial sitcom.
Go home, Ryan, you're drunk.
I don't want to go home. I hate my wife. Sorry, I meant my life.
Grandpa, why did you keep sucking on that jewel that led to your breathing problems?
There weren't any long-term studies. I didn't know.
Okay, millennial.
Now you're making me worry about the long-term effects of energy drinks. I mean, I know they're not great, but they could be worse.
That's why I gradually destroy my body through well-tested means, like alcohol instead, none of the uncertainty. All this generation wants to do, is marry their sex robots, and it's disgusting.
Robosexuality is a sin.
That's why I'm voting for Proposition Infinite, to ensure that laws that deny the right of robosexuals to marry can't not be forbidden from not being passed.
It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and model number 3V313378008.
I feel like my generation is going to be very against AI rights, and AI civil rights will be the issue of the future. I could easily see older versions of my generation being like, no, you can't marry that AI, marriage is between two people, robots are not people, and, if else if statement can't love you.
Okay, millennial.
It's those damn robots that took my job. I have every right to hate them.
Shut up, Dad. Stop being such a machist.
Katie, I'm just trying to protect you. I don't want no half-human, half-robot grandbaby. Relationships are between human and human.
It's Adam and Eve, not Florence and the Machine.
No, we invented the realistic love doll. If anything, it'll be the other way around.
Why did you leave me and Mom for a robot?
Your boomer grandparents effed up on raising me so badly, that I couldn't maintain a stable relationship with anything that has free will.
Okay, millennial.
You are not my real son. You were a clone from the first time you went through Amazon teleporting services.
Yeah, okay, millennial. See you after school.
A theory behind teleportation is that it just scans, kills, and clones you on the other side. I will never use them, if we get that far.
Yeah, I die and someone else walks away on the other side thinking he is me and that everything went fine, thanks, but I'll take the shuttlecraft.
I remember the good old days, when we used keyboard and mouse or a controller. Kids these days can't live a day without using brainwave controls.
You mean you have to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy.
When smartphones become implanted in our eyes, our generation will be like,
I just like the feel of a real phone, you know?
Dude, imagine being in the middle of a conversation, then you get an ad.
too poor to pay for the premium implant, huh?
The iPhone. I'm not getting that shit ever for two reasons. First, I don't want the government inside my head, and second, and more importantly, I don't want some greedy megacorporation inside my head.
Okay, millennial.
Same here. I love the idea of internet implants, but there is no way the corporations will be able to resist sucking out our thoughts and replacing them with ads, and that shit's gonna be proprietary as hell, so you can't install a clean OS.
Also, phones still crash, and glitches and viruses happen. Now imagine that, in your head.
Oh God, what if Samsung made them? Exploding heads.
Microsoft be like, the blue screen of death will be replaced on our next update, with the brown pants of reboot. Until then, try not to download any proprietary add-ons.
Us having to explain that we got up for school at 5 a.m. and would have to wait in the cold for a shitty bus. And now you pricks can just teleport.
No teleporting, school is a daily download into your brain. It takes 2 minutes, unless you're a poor scrub that can only afford the government subsidized gigabit broadband. Back in my day, we had to sit in class and pay attention for 6 hours.
Now they can school from home, not to be confused with homeschooling. During the Great Depression of the 2020s, school districts across the U.S. had no choice but to get rid of physical school buildings altogether to save money. We can't stop posting 90s kids memes on Instagram, which at that point is the Facebook of our generation.
Okay, Millennial.
Lol, you think Instagram will last that long? With the deprecation rate of social networks, we'll probably have gone through another 1 to 3 big ones.
Yeah, but by then, we'll be too old and uneducated to adapt to these new flashy holographic, 4D real-time social media, so we'll be stuck on Instagram, from what we'll most likely be calling the golden age of social media by then. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
You're so right, but ick.
We will still be meme addicted, but we'll be still using the memes that should have been lost and forgotten. Tide comes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that? You thought this meme was dead? Noob Chuck Testa. No one will get it, and everyone will be rolling their eyes at us.
My dad references obscure nonsensical crap from the 60s to 80s, all the damn time. I will become the dad that references obscure nonsensical shit from 2000s to 2010s. My son will become part of the Brainbook collective consciousness, powered by AWS.
You think it's that far away? The first millennials will be 40 in less than 2 years.
1981 crew, represent.
Okay, Zennial.
You damn youngsters don't know the pain of throwing away all those tapes you spent hours recording the songs off the radio or off your friends' tapes, then the pain of deleting all those MP3 you got by copying the songs from CDs, then to start copying all your CDs to FLAC, just to have people tell you it is okay to stream your music. Bah.
Today, boomers with their houses they afforded with a janitor job. In 2050, millennials all inheriting their houses from their grandparents.
Oh thank God, you just reminded me that I will, in fact, own a house one day, after my parents die. Edit, couldn't I just get a power of attorney to prevent them from getting a reverse mortgage? In any case, even they know, RMs are a scam.
And Generation A/B/C will be bitching about how millennials all live to be 150 now, because of all the genetic life extension technology, so there's still no houses for them.
You just reminded me that my boomer grandparents died penniless, and my Gen X parents still pay rent and have $0 in savings. All this millennial is going to inherit is poverty and a cleaning bill.
They do not realize that in the days before the invention of the hypno-pillow, it was possible to not get a perfect night's sleep every time, and I will burn the city to cinders before I allow my daughter to marry Conceptual Identity Matrix 69T as her second co-wife. Esoteric constructs are not people. Edit, holy sh**, my first gold, thank you, kind stranger.
Silly millennial, all cities are made of hyperpolycarbon nano-utility fog, they wouldn't burn if you hit them with a full-power nickel Dyson beam.
Back in my day a townhouse cost $600K and a college degree only earned you $12 per hour, and everyone made fun of us saying that we were lazy and emotionally fragile, but it was the boomers' fault.
Okay, Millennial.
Probably the most accurate. They'll see the old f***ups that we weren't able to fix, or made it substantially worse in our attempts to fix it. Also with how the world is going, we will be blamed for the next big war, or for not stopping/intervening with increasingly economic/militarily aggressive foreign powers. Car ownership and driving will die with self-driving cars.
Fucking millennials, running over everyone with their cars.
Edit, my first silver, and it wasn't the post where I came in my own face, I call that a win.
And I'll have my dad's ancient truck.
Crazy to think of a freaking 2010 Ford Focus being seen as a classic car.
They are built to last like 5 years, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Right now, with self-driving vehicles around the corner, I think it's just a matter of time before we get a country song, where the singer's truck leaves them too.
There will be some sort of new, up porn out, that even us millennials will say, what the f too. We will be telling the kids, back in my day, we used to watch Japanese anime porn for fun. What happened to that?
Okay, Millennial.
It will probably be us, telling them every new technological advance is just a new way for the government and companies to spy on them. Even if the laws change and you do have more privacy, I feel like our generation will always be suspicious. Edit, thank you for the silver, anonymous internet friend. Also, I wanted to add that I echo the sentiments that many of you have stated below, and while the news makes it feel like everything is getting shittier, I'm thankful there are enough people like many of the commenters here who remain committed to learning from the past and making decisions that influence the future in a positive way, and, as several other Redditors have stated, not all VPNs are created equal. I encourage you to use one, but do your research first.
The anxious generation, but genuinely.
I think that really does sum up this generation.
Yeah, that and depression, am I right?
I feel like our generation will always be suspicious.
In my opinion, rightfully so. Late millennials and early Gen Z were the kid science fiction authors like Asimov were writing about. They came into their age with the same accessibility to major technological innovation as their governments. Their governments inevitably got ahead of them, but not far enough ahead that those governments would get caught red-handed, every once in a while. Now they're beginning to pull away from the populace, and the next generation will only ever have known a world of broad domestic surveillance. It won't seem bad to them, because that's the way the world has always been in their eyes. One of them will call one of us stupid, right under a street camera neither of them knew was there.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and ring the notification bell.